Yeah, my first question for you today is, who are you and what makes you special, or what makes you different as a person?
That's a really good point, actually. I was going to start before actually introducing myself by saying I've actually never seen myself as a special person. The word I'd prefer to use is different, because growing up, a lot of people feel they have to conform and be the same, conform to society. But because I've always pushed against those barriers, that's where my successes have come. So I don't think the word difficult should have a negative connotation, and young people should really enjoy being different and engage in what they're passionate for. So, hi, my name is Morgan. I'm a university student from the UK and I study modern languages. And one of the reasons why I would say that I've been different is because I've never been afraid to go against the norms. Growing up in a society which is predominantly multilingual, there are so many opportunities available for young people that we just don't know about. The world lacks a lot of internationalization, and everything that I've done has wanted to be for young people, putting young people at the forefront of leadership and inspiring other young people to go and pursue whatever they're passionate in. So I've been really engaged in all of my young life. I've done a lot of work within education and within youth leadership, and bringing those two together is really what I love doing, and I'm so passionate about that. And sorry, it's a lot to keep talking about. In terms of why, I know there's a lot of people that do a lot of these things. We have so many young people, so many youth in the whole world who are passionate and who want to make a change. And it's really difficult to break through that. You know, we don't have the most amazing opportunities, but within society and all of the groups that I've become a part of, I do really see myself as a connector. And what drives me to be really passionate and what drives me to get ideas pushed forward is that it's going to benefit young people. It's very easy to find something that you love doing, but then when you build a community for it, that's where the power is. And honestly, young people are a force to be reckoned with. And I don't think people yet in the world of work quite know that. They shouldn't underestimate young people. And what I love doing and why I think it's so important to carry on with the work of Top Talents Under 25 is promoting these young people to inspire more and build that community, especially with education. The world is rapidly changing. Things are changing all around us. I mean, look at COVID-19, for example. We need radical and intuitive ideas to get through this really difficult period. And I think the only way we can get through it is by listening to our young people and putting those who have been the most affected by all of the rapidly changing situations across the world at the forefront of it. And there isn't enough of that yet. So I think a lot of my work is just trying to make that happen.
That's great.
Sorry about my laptop falling down halfway through. Let's change that.
No problem. I think at this point I could tell you you would be a brilliant news who's reading the news.
Oh, thank you.
Like this. It's sympathetic to keep listening. And
thank you.
I'm really interested in what is it exactly that you're occupied with? What do you do on a daily basis?
On a daily basis at the moment, I'm a university student. I'm just trying to get my degree, which is in modern languages. And what I do alongside that is I'm still really passionate about keeping all of my youth development, youth leadership and education movements going forward. So in kind of my day-to-day life, I'm often involved in working with the National Citizen Service, which is a government-wide scheme within the UK to get young people to learn more about their communities, engaged in their charities and being active and taking on sports. So I've done that ever since the age of 15. And I'm really passionate about getting young people to show their leadership and their development through that. As well, on the side, I also work a lot in languages. So something which I'm really passionate about is languages, and I see that as doors which can be opened going into the world of education. The UK is seen as very monolingual, and this is so limiting in terms of pushing global youth forward. We're actually a very multilingual society. And what I love doing is getting students involved in learning about languages because it showcases the world and the amazing cultures which are on offer for everybody. So I was really fortunate last year to be a part of the first government scheme from the UK to get GCSE students, so 15 and 16-year-olds, into learning languages. And that took me to Belgium. I was at the EU Parliament. I was at the British Ambassador's residence promoting languages and language learning in young people. And the best way I've seen, and a lot of what I enjoy working with, to try and get young people into education and empowered to do so is going through education. You know, if you can't beat the game, you play it. And a lot of what I want to do with that is connecting our young people, or connecting myself as well, to the people who are high up in institutions, and the people who are making changes in government, and the people who are coming out with these radical and new ideas. And from that, there's just lots of different schemes that I really enjoy being a part of. And the National Citizen Service for me has been a huge boost. Without that, I wouldn't be where I am today. And it's one of the most empowering young people schemes I've ever come across. And I think from that, we can use the young people, the talents that come from there, to make these changes. So in my daily life, I'm often trying to find out ways in which we can push young people forward, ways that I can break down barriers within the current education system I'm in, whilst putting my talents and passions into a lot of local schemes. I'm very fortunate that I've come from a background of a lot of national and international youth leadership work and education movements. And I think it's just as important, whilst focusing on the world, the global world in the future, we have to take care of those who are around us. We have to empower those who are around us and those who have not yet had the opportunities. So I often, and well, sorry, I usually, whenever I have any free time, I try and strive to make and develop opportunities for young people to get into leadership.
You already mentioned in answering the first question a little bit what drives you, but I'm curious, and I want to get about more. I want to know more about that. Like, what is it that makes you get up early or stay up late nights when you have a lot to do and you're engaging yourself in the different projects you're working on? What is it that you want to change? Why do you put so much passion in it?
I think the first thing truly that I think about when I wake up in the morning, it's actually really funny that you said that, because it does make sense. People, you have to get out of bed for a reason, and this world does need change. There's so much political unrest, so much society unrest. There are so many issues at the moment with class and how people interact with each other, climate change. There are all these global issues going on at the moment, and it's very easy to think that one person can't make too much of a difference, but you can't get anywhere without trying. So something I always think about it in the morning is, who can I talk to today? What can I try and get people to learn, or what can I learn from people? I'm always very excited to see what people have to offer the world. So I wake up quite early to try and have conversations with people before university starts, because it puts me in a good mindset, and thinking differently, thinking intuitively. And again, it's all about building a community. There are so many global issues that I would love to be a part of changing, and I'm not yet sure how I'm going to get there, but I think the direction which I'm going in, and hopefully all of the top talents under 25 as well, and all of the young people that I'm working with, and all of the people in leadership who are listening to their young people, you know, hopefully we can get there. It takes time. And I think that's knowing that things take time, and knowing that we're rising up as a generation. That's what gets me out of bed. You can't take a day off. Can't take a day off.
Great. Yeah, do you have something in mind, maybe an advice or thought you would like to share with the audience, or maybe also with younger people who see you as a role model?
I think the only piece of advice I'd have for people is, if you are passionate about something, or if you have an inkling about going for something, however many times people tell you you're not good enough, go for it and push and try your absolute hardest. So with the National Citizen Service, which is a huge governmental scheme that I'm really fortunate to have had a lot of work with within the UK, I applied for their leadership program at 15 years old. And I originally got rejected because I was told I was too shy on camera. And it's so important not to see any criticism as a downfall, but to see it as a platform to improve yourself and improve the way that you make a mark on the world. So I emailed them every single week asking if there was a space free, and I was showing them kind of why I wasn't a shy person. And in the end, I managed to get on the program, but I've also hosted their national conference. I've represented them at the Commonwealth Youth Forum. I've represented them at the Passchendaele War Commemoration Centenary. And there is a whole world of opportunity, but you have to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to go against the norms. all of your friends are going to be the same. They're going to want to fit in. They're going to want to do everything the normal way. But if you want to make a change, you have to go out of your comfort zone. And I wish that I had another young person to look up to and tell me this, because it is really scary. And it's very easy to feel alone. But if you know that you're passionate about what you're doing, you'll get there. It will take time, but you'll get there.
Thank you.